A dramatic shift in Crimea has stunned analysts. Reports suggest Russian units are now fully encircled, with supply lines collapsing fast. New movements on the ground indicate a turning point that could reshape the entire conflict. What exactly is happening, and why is this moment so critical? Let's break down the full picture. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving into a major development from Crimea, where new reports indicate a dramatic shift on the battlefield. Russian forces in key sectors are now believed to be completely encircled, facing tightening pressure as Ukrainian positions expand. This situation is creating shockwaves across military analysis circles because an encirclement at this scale can dramatically change momentum. In this video, we'll break down how this happened, why it matters, and what could come next. Stay with us as we explore troop movements, supply routes, and strategic implications, each element painting a clearer picture of a rapidly evolving front. Let's begin the deep dive. The situation began unfolding when Ukrainian units pushed deeper into previously fortified Russian zones. Their aim wasn't just territorial advancement, it was strategic positioning. By targeting choke points and logistical hubs, they gradually limited Russian mobility. Over time, this created a shrinking pocket, leaving Russian troops with fewer pathways for retreat or reinforcement. Satellite indicators and field reports suggest that this maneuver wasn't sudden, but a carefully executed plan developing over weeks. This slow tightening approach is often called a compression tactic, meant to weaken defenders psychologically as well as materially. As the ring closed, internal communication channels reportedly grew chaotic, forcing Russian units to scramble under mounting pressure. One major factor behind this encirclement is the collapse of several critical supply routes. These routes, often used for transporting ammunition, fuel, and food, became exposed as Ukrainian forces advanced. Once pressure intensified along these corridors, Russian logistics faced interruptions that quickly snowballed. A force can survive intense combat, but not without supplies. Military experts often say logistics decide wars more than firepower. With convoys halted or redirected under risky conditions, Russian units inside the pocket began experiencing shortages. Limited fuel reduces mobility, limited ammunition reduces defense capacity, and limited food lowers morale. All of these combined create the perfect conditions for a force to become vulnerable to collapse. Morale plays a crucial role in moments like this. Various frontline accounts suggest that the encircled troops may be experiencing heightened stress as escape routes narrow. When soldiers know they're trapped, the psychological impact is enormous. Every movement feels uncertain, and every decision carries heavier consequences. Some reports indicate that internal disputes may have emerged, with certain units seeking orders for withdrawal, while others are instructed to hold ground. These conflicting directives can further destabilize cohesion. Meanwhile, Ukrainian units are believed to be strengthening their outer ring, preventing any breakout attempts. This layered approach applies pressure internally while expanding control externally. Another significant element is technology and intelligence. Modern conflict relies on real-time data, and Ukraine has increasingly used drones, sensors, and precision reconnaissance. These tools allow forces to monitor movement inside the encircled zone, track attempted supply drops, and detect repositioning. By constantly watching the pocket, Ukrainian units can respond quickly to any breakout attempt. Combined with artillery and long-range systems, this surveillance-based approach limits Russian flexibility. The encirclement isn't just physical, it's digital. When every direction is monitored, even small tactical adjustments become risky. This technological advantage is one reason analysts believe the pressure on the trapped troops will only intensify. Strategically, Crimea's significance cannot be overstated. It's not just a piece of land, but a core symbol and logistical hub in this conflict. Any major shift here sends political and military shockwaves. If Russian units remain encircled for long, it could weaken operational stability across broader fronts. Furthermore, Crimea's geography makes reinforcements difficult when routes are contested. Certain areas are narrow and easily targeted, forcing commanders to reconsider how much risk they can take. Losing mobility in such a sensitive region has major implications, and that's why this encirclement is being closely watched worldwide. The pressure point created here could influence decisions far beyond this single pocket. Despite the encirclement, this situation doesn't automatically mean an immediate collapse. Encircled forces can hold out depending on leadership, preparedness, and terrain advantages. Russian units may still attempt tactical counterattacks to open temporary corridors. These short-lived windows can allow limited supplies to enter or wounded soldiers to evacuate. However, each attempt carries significant cost, and with Ukrainian positions solidifying, the probability of success decreases over time. For now, the encircled troops face a difficult choice: to stay and attempt to endure pressure, or risk a breakout that might lead to heavy losses. Both paths involve major uncertainty, making the next moves critical. International observers are also tracking the situation. Encirclements often draw global attention because they signal potential turning points. Analysts are assessing whether this event represents a local tactical gain or something with larger strategic consequences. Governments and military planners worldwide study situations like this to understand evolving battlefield trends, especially the effectiveness of pressure tactics, drone-assisted reconnaissance, and multi-phase encirclement maneuvers. As data emerges, experts will be evaluating what this means for upcoming months and whether it shifts negotiation dynamics or escalates military posturing. The world is watching closely as this pocket tightens. For civilians in nearby areas, the encirclement brings mixed emotions. Some relief as frontline tension shifts, others fearing escalation if heavy fighting erupts around the pocket. Humanitarian concerns often rise during pocket battles because trapped forces sometimes resort to harsher tactics out of desperation. However, reports suggest the surrounding zones are being monitored closely to reduce risk to civilians. Still, uncertainty remains high. Any sudden breakout attempt or supply airlift could spark intense clashes. This is why humanitarian groups are urging caution as events unfold. The next steps will play a major role in determining local stability and future recovery efforts. As the encirclement continues, analysts agree that the coming days will be decisive. Will the trapped Russian units attempt a breakout, hold their positions, or negotiate some form of tactical withdrawal? Each option carries significant consequences, not only for Crimea, but for the wider conflict landscape. This turning point highlights how rapidly conditions can change, especially when logistics, intelligence, and strategic positioning align. We'll keep monitoring every detail as updates surface. If you found this breakdown helpful, make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss our latest updates. Your support helps us bring more clear and detailed analysis.